If you are in the construction space and you're wanting to get more leads through Meta, continue to watch this video because I'm gonna highlight how we've generated millions of dollars for our clients in the construction space through Meta advertising within the last year. And it's very simple. Let's start with walking through who you're going to be targeting. I'm gonna have a link in the description that's gonna reference a lot of the resources that I'm gonna cover in this video. The first is going to be the customer persona exercise. You need to understand who you are targeting, who your ideal customer is, and where they're residing, because they may not even be on Meta. They may be on LinkedIn, they may not even be on social media at all. They may be at the hockey rink, they may be at the baseball field, they may be driving down the freeway. We don't know. So you need to walk through that exercise and reverse engineer it to figure out if your ideal client is even on Meta. Now, once you walk through that, you're gonna see that you need to do it at least 3 times. And if one of the platforms that they're residing on is Meta, continue to watch this video because I'm gonna add a lot of value to what you got going on. So the second step, you first identified who you're gonna target and they're on Meta. And you've identified what they're interested in. And now you can reverse engineer that into a campaign. How does this person like being talked to? Now, if you're a home builder, a lot of the time you're gonna be dealing with somewhat wealthy individuals and business professionals. So Meta is a great place to get in front of these people. Meta has a great targeting system. But the thing is you're going to be putting your ad in front of people that are very early in your buying process. So you need to be willing to play the long game. You are not gonna get somebody to click on your Meta ad and fill out the form and buy or build or decide to build their home and sign your design build contract tomorrow. That's not how Meta works at all. Meta works by starting conversations that will set you up for success in 8 months to 12 months to 18 months into the future. And you need to be willing to follow up these leads continuously for 18 months so that your next year can be extremely busy and you can have a massive amount of growth through the ads that you did last year. Meta is a long play. If you want instant leads, Google is gonna be your best bet. But in the home building industry, in the remodeling, at least the luxury remodeling side of things, a lot of this is not instantaneous. It's not like the roofing industry where you click on a Google ad, you phone them, and you get leads tomorrow. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works. It is very much a long game. Okay, so now that we've gotten through that, you've identified your customer, you've reverse engineered it into interests, okay? Now we've decided that we're going to advertise on Meta, and we figured out how do they like to be talked to? How is your script going to sound? Feed all this into ChatGPT. And ChatGPT has a voice mode. I recommend you go and you turn on the voice mode and you start talking to ChatGPT. Okay, this is my ideal customer. This is where they reside. This is how old they are. This is what their interests are, okay? This is what makes me different as a builder. This is my core, these are my core values. This is what separates me from the builder down the street. And this is what I really want to focus on in the area I want to focus on it within. Okay, also include within that prompt with ChatGPT for your video script, this is what we're getting at, is you want to include that you want it to follow the story brand process. I'm also going to include some prompts within how to create a winning Facebook ad video. That'll be also in the description within the resources in there. But you are going to want to create a killer ad video. You actually want to create 3 different ones, but in that document, it'll explain that you should create different hooks at the start and different endings, and then also have different middles so that you can mix and match and basically create multiple Mr. Potato Heads with, you have 3 different ones, but you actually can create 9 different variations with it, if that makes sense. Okay, so you have who you're gonna target, you have their interests, you've created your script, now go and shoot the video. iPhone works. You're going to want to invest. It's going to say that in the document. You're going to want to invest in some good audio equipment. It's like $200. You can get some good microphones to shoot your ad videos on. You want to get B-roll around the job site. If you don't know what B-roll is, I'm going to have another video on how to create that as well. But essentially what it is it's clips of people working, clips of you shaking hands with a client, clips of you working, somebody hammering a nail into a wall, just stuff that looks like construction work. That it's not just you talking in the whole ad. I want to have some reference videos that are going to pop up as well. So watch, those will be also linked in that how to create a winning Facebook ad video. That'll be linked at the bottom for some reference videos. Watch those, try and replicate them. Okay, now you have the video. And now go on CapCut and edit the video so that it looks all good, or hire a video editor on Fiverr or freelancer.com or Upwork to edit it and make it look good. You ideally want to have 3 ad videos, and you want to have 1 static image and 1 carousel. That's the sweet spot. That's what we found. If you want to absolutely knock it out of the park for Facebook ads, you want to have those 5 creatives. 3 separate videos, 1 carousel, which is multiple static images stitched together, and 1 static image. And you want to create a lead campaign on Facebook. So you create the lead campaign, you create 1 ad set with some targeting of if you're in the United States, you have more targeting capabilities. You're ahead of the Canadians, luckily, but you can target the top 25% of zip codes. And that's what I would recommend. We found great success with that. You target the top 25% of zip codes, you blast your ad to that. You have Advantage Plus campaign budget, Advantage Plus targeting, Advantage Plus placements, and you want to have dynamic creative on. These are going to be the main settings that you want to include. In your lead form ad, you want to have 2 to 3 qualifying questions. The sweet spot that we found is about 2, not including asking for their contact details, and we'll go through that next. But in the lead form, ask what type of project are you interested in. List the project types that you have. New custom home, remodel, ADU, you can have addition on there. You can have all these different services that you offer. You want to list those. Also include other as an option. Next, you want to include what is your timeline on starting this project. ASAP, 1 to 4 months, 4 to 8 months, 8 to 12 months, and 12 months plus. You want to have those 4 options. As soon as possible, I put ASAP, all caps, exclamation mark. The next one, 1 to 4 months. The next one, 4 to 8 months. And then the one after that, 8 to 12, and then 12 plus. I don't know, is that 4 or 5? Whatever it is, you want to include those ones. And then on the next page, you want to have contact details. At the top, you want to have name. Second, you want to have email. Third, you want to have phone number. And then fourth, if you want, you can include address to kind of get an idea of where they are and the type of home that they're living in. That is up for debate. Sometimes asking for address is too much, and you will receive less leads that way. But if you want to include it, you totally can. Now, when you're creating the lead ad, the Facebook lead form ad, you want to include the lead form as high intent. You don't want it as high volume. High intent will basically add a step at the end where they have to check through their answers. We found that it gets higher end leads. You can do more volume if you'd like, but you're more tendency to get a little bit more spam with that. Okay, so you have that. You have the good creative. You have the lead form ad. You have one ad set that's targeting zip codes, or in Canada, another good one would be targeting people interested in home construction. Or if you reverse engineer it, we've actually found people that are interested in hunting is a good one, because a lot of the time they have a little bit more money. Interested in interior design is a good one, because a lot of the time it's the wife that's making the decision on which builder to go with, and that wife will be looking at interior design things and like pages and such before they pick a builder, and so that will show up as an interest. We found success with it. There's some other ones. Go through. I recommend use ChatGPT to ask it what it thinks you should target for interests after it gets you your script. That can work really well. And and that'll shoot out some good interests that ChatGPT can be your best friend on a lot of this. It's gonna help you write your ad copy as well. Once you create the video, you have one video, one ad set, and one campaign. Okay, now go ahead and duplicate the ad after you write the copy. So, okay, sorry, let's dive into the copy next. You want to have 5 headlines, 3 primary texts, and 2 descriptions. You then want to have your Facebook pixel installed on your website. When all of this is done and it looks up to your standard, then I would recommend, don't use the Facebook recommended headlines or the Facebook recommended primary texts, just because it's not very high quality from what we've found, at least. You want to then duplicate the ad. You want to duplicate it 5 times. Switch out the video. You're going to have those 3 different video ads, ideally. Have each ad the different video, name it, ad 1, ad 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And then under 4, you want to have carousel, and under 5, you want to have static image. And you want to cater your ad copy, which also will walk you through that in one of my previous episodes where I go through all of this with my screen shared as well. Once that's all set up, duplicate the ad 5 times and set it all up, change the video, change the image so that it's all good. Then duplicate the ad set 3 times and change the targeting to be completely different in each one. On 1, you should target zip codes if you're American. 2nd, you should do interior design. 3rd, you should gotta go for something completely different. Make sure there's no overlap on your targeting. If you wanna keep it stupid simple, just do 1 ad set and leave it very broad. Have your zip codes, have interested in construction, home renovation, have interior design, hunting, all these different ones all in one. Facebook will sort itself out. These are just suggestions. Okay, once your campaign is set up, then we need to dive into what happens after somebody fills out that form. And we should also, I guess, chat about budget first. If you're spending $5 a day, don't expect much. If you're spending even $20 a day, that's not a large budget. In the home building industry, construction industry, you need to be willing to spend $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month to start seeing results. What we found the sweet spot is around $1,000 to $2,500. If you're, in that space, you're gonna get some good leads. If you really wanna ramp things up, spend more than that. If you just want to test the waters, I mean, we've had guys have success with as little as $10 a day, but again, it's not as often that you're going to see as much success with that, and it's going to take longer for it to work. Okay, so you have the campaign, you have the videos, you have who you're targeting. What happens when somebody fills out the form? We found that about 93% of builders will phone leads about 3 times, and if they don't get the deal in those 3 times, that's it. They'll never call that lead or reach out to that lead again. That is a huge no-no, because what we found the sweet spot for lead follow-up is 5 to 15 follow-ups. Even 7 to 15 follow-up points is what you ideally want to be at. This can all be done through automation. We use Go High Level. You can use HubSpot. You can even use Zapier, Salesforce, Follow Up Boss. There's lots of great ones. Go High Level is really good. We give away free accounts. We're gonna have that link to getting a free Go High Level account in the bottom. Go ahead, claim that, get that. It's a free account, set it all up. And in that, we're also gonna have a document where you're able to take the follow-up system that we implement for all of our clients and have the framework so that you can implement it yourself. I have a whole separate video on how to set that up too. If you wanna check the channel, it's called, I believe, the how to set up a follow-up system or automated follow-up with Go High Level. It hasn't gone live yet, but by the time that this video is live, it will be up. I'd recommend go get that. Then you have a framework. And what you want to do is then set up a speed to lead automation so that when somebody fills out your Facebook form, that they're getting a text or they're getting an email 3 minutes after they inquire, and then they're getting a text message 1 or 2 minutes after that. That little time delay, so it's not instantaneous, means everything, which I explained in that other video as well. You know what, go and watch that other video, because I'm going to explain exactly how to walk through that and what that looks like. So definitely recommend going and doing that. Okay, you have the Facebook lead. Now you've nurtured them. What happens next? You need to close the deal. So where are you going to close the deal? I hope and I pray that you either use JobTread or Buildertrend or some sort of project management software. We can help you integrate it so that when somebody books an appointment, it shoots them in there. But what you want to do next is you want to link Go High Level, HubSpot, Salesforce, whatever CRM you're using with your project management software so that you can nurture people into a close. After you send them that proposal or that quote, you want to close the deal, and that needs to be done through automation because, again, builders, remodelers, contractors, unfortunately, you're just not that great at following up statistically. So putting that in or building that out through automation takes that load off of you. Now, we've covered a lot in this. I hope you got some sort of value. We here at Home Builder Marketers, we're on a mission to help 10,000 home builders reach more than 10 custom homes per year. So if you align with that and you want more value from these videos, or you got value from this and you want future value from future episodes, like this video, shoot us a follow so that future episodes get promoted to you. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.